So this big mess behind me is my Jumbo Transit Mark 7. It started its life as a crew cab with a pitiful excuse for a crash rated bulkhead, so that soon got ripped out. I pulled up the floor that was tapped straight through the metal. I've repaired all those holes. I took the seats out and repaired those bolt holes in the chassis floor, some of which weren't even in properly, and I'm in the process of turning this van into a weekend race van and mobile bicycle repair workshop, so that when I'm not working full time in the bike shop, I can head out to local cross-country races or things like that and either help out somebody that needs a little bit of help or fix my own bikes on site and attend the races and cycle in places myself. So far all I've done is design the layout for the underfloor battens so that I know exactly where I can secure everything through the floor, like the shelves, the work counters, things like that. I have those battens secured and glued down to the floor, and right now I have a pile of rubbish in the back of the van to weigh the old floor down so that the battens can glue themselves to the floor, and now I need to empty it and then start cutting out the underfloor insulation to fit in all the gaps around the battens. So now that I have it emptied and you can see the battens underneath, now every single one of those joints where one batten meets another is all screwed together, and as I said, I've completely glued everything down. I put the old floor in on top of it and then put weight on it, so now that it's secured and it is not moving, it was glued down with Tech 7. So these battens are 25mm by I think around 36. It's close to a 1 inch by 2 inch. And then I'm going to fill in all the gaps in between with 25mm thick underfloor insulation. When I have all the insulation secured and in place, then I'm going to use aluminium foil to tape across the top and cover all of the wood, and then use a small little bit of expanding foam, maybe just around the edges, just to fill in the gaps. So what I'm going to do is basically measure the width and the length of every piece, then measure it again and measure it a third time, or I can also use a square like this, measure to the width I need, basically put it in, cut a hole, cut a hole, cut a hole, small bits, and then use those as clicker guides for when I have the straight edge, so I can get a perfectly straight line down along the board. Once you have the piece cut out and it fits in, you kind of want it to be snug so that there's not too many air gaps around the sides, and you literally just push it down in and then rinse and repeat. So there we go, that's all the underfloor insulation cut to size. I managed to get it done with just under 2 sheets, and they're 4x8 size. So there's a couple of spots where there's a little bit of patchwork, but it's only minor, and it'll cover all that up with the aluminium tape. Anyway, they're still sticking up slightly because nothing is secured down, they're just kind of squashed in. And then as soon as I use the old floor to cut a template to put the new floor down, then I'll screw everything down into the battens and the floor will be finished.